Let's take a look at the lineup for our MST main event tonight. From the back, and the 33, it is Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. The number 10, his brother, has been in victory lane a lot lately in that 10 car. That is Sean Reynolds. The driver of the 21, Mr. Leap himself, is Patrick Geiger. The driver of the number 40, the 2017 Madera Speedway MST champion from Crothers, Dirt Bert Stevens. One of our local Madera racers in the 24, the veteran racer, Dave Lander Sr. The number 11, Dennis Brannon, and the driver with half of Madera supporting the number 18, it is Zachary Cook. Zachary Cook aboard the number 18. Okay, MSTs, what do you know about the MSTs?
I haven't raced any of them, so I don't really know much about them.
Four-cylinder Toyota Modifieds, great division, been around here at Madera Speedway for a long, long time. This division, one of our oldest divisions, the MSTs and the Toyota Sedans. We lined up on with our main event, 30-lap main event tonight for our MSTs. Kenny Shepard's still trying to connect us, I believe, to Facebook. Not going to happen, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to connect to Facebook Live tonight. Have to work on some better internet connection. Kind of messed up, I think, because some of the tower work they've been doing for the fair coming up. Of course, we're dark next week at Madera Speedway. We'll return in 2 weeks' time with a doubleheader weekend. Friday night, the balloon trucks, and you'll also see, along with those modified trucks, you'll see some of our local sedan divisions. We get ready for the start. Zachary Cook brings them to the line with Dennis Brennan on his outside. They drive down into turn number 1. So they straighten up going down the back. Zachary Cook, the local Madera racer with that car that's for sale. He also runs a late model as well, leads the race. But here comes the veteran, Dave Landers Sr. in that 24 car. Oh, Cook went way up the racetrack. That allowed Landers Sr. to get in there, but Cook is in the preferred line if he can get a good drive out of turn number 2. Kind of just hung on the back of that 24 car. See if Cook is good in turns 1 and 2 or whether he's good in 3 and 4. Yellow is out, and Dennis Brannon is around, and I believe we may have trouble with the 10 car, sustaining some damage possibly. That's Sean Reynolds. Branham may be going to the infield as well. Looks like oh, he's going to turn it around. See what's happened with Sean Reynolds. Sean has stopped up on the outside. We'll go to the back. I missed what happened there. I'm not sure. See what happened down there? No, we're all watching the leaders. We're all watching the leaders. Sean Reynolds will pull to the infield. I think the crew are going to have a look at that 10 car. Looks like all the tires are up. There is some issue down there with the wheel on the rear of the car, on the left rear. It looks like the wheel is either buckled or the axle is bent. Which way would you pick that? Would you shoot for the axle bent or would you shoot for that wheel bent on the rear of that 10 car?
I hope I wouldn't have to deal with neither.
Yeah, don't want to deal with either. Okay, so they're looking around that car. They're sending him on his way. There's some issue with the back left wheel. It's just got some paintwork that's rubbed on there, but Sean will come back out. He'll get this thing going, try and get up to almost race pace here, or just try and see if we can find out what's wrong with the car. Just didn't like what I see with the back wheel. It looked like it was wobbling around, but we'll wait and see how this race progresses. So Zachary Cook will start on the inside. Dave Landers Sr. on the front row with him. So Zachary gets that inside back. And Zach is slow away. We got a big crash down here. Oh, no, there's a bumper gone through the door of the 40 car. We'll quickly get our crash crew over here. So you've been running go-karts, I hear, at Sonoma?
Yep.
Yep. And going to go, what, was it junior late models?
Yep.
So when do you hope to do that?
I hope to next year.
Next year? Okay, cool. And you picked up a car from where?
I was practicing with Ericsson today in the 09 from 9 to 1.
Yep, okay. So you guys are gonna lease a car for the first year or buy a car or?
Yeah, we're thinking about it.
Yep.
We need to pick up a sponsor first. We can try to do something about that. It'd be a little easier.
Yep. Okay, so trying to get a visual on what's going on from our camera angle, and that's quite a mess we have down there as they now pull Patrick's car out of the number 40. So how did you enjoy the run in the 09?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot more different than go-karts and on the simulator.
Yeah, because the go-kart, you can pretty much fit your go-kart on the hood of one of those late models.
Yeah.
So, yep. Looks like Patrick's climbing back in the car. Maybe he'll be able to get back going. I see. It looks like he's trying to get the window net back up. So, yeah, looks like Patrick's going to be able to restart. You can see some damage to Bert's car here, where you can see where Patrick's car has come right in. It's kind of Patrick's car went in above the left wheel, so it's all in that quarter panel area, right in the back of Bert's seat. So kind of a scary incident. Looks like Bert is going to possibly restart this race. That's probably just cosmetic damage to the 40. Tough break for our last year's champion. In fact, both of our champions in the Toyota Sedans and the MSTs had a tough year this year. So most likely, well, we know Mike will not be figuring that. Kenny Shepard and Steve Lacey, they like the sweet heat. They like a little sweet heat in their chopped nuts. As Dave Lander, Sr. and the 33 Ryan Reynolds bring them to the line. Now let's see how those guys are going. The 40, Bert Stevens. Bert's back out there. So too the 21, Patrick Geiger. So that's good news. We didn't lose any drivers out of this race, as Dennis Brandon is in a spirited battle with the number 40 of Bert Stevens. That car's all jacked up at Bert's, but I tell you what, he's making it work out there, and looks like the 18, Zachary Cook, is running into trouble with the 18 car. Yeah, Kenny Shepard just points it out, got a bigger spoiler and a bit of a sail there to keep that car to the inside. Yeah, so Bert Stevens aerodynamically doing that. Well, Ryan Reynolds up front, this guy, he's been probably our fastest car for the year. His brother, Sean Reynolds, coming off a horrific race accident last year and has been in victory lane a lot this year, picking up some wins and some good places, but tonight is struggling back in fifth. But Bert, as Patrick Geiger runs it back, I guess the steering has probably got adjusted the wrong way for Patrick in that incident. But Bert looks like he's pretty fast and putting on a challenge with the 24, Dave Lander Sr., and they have had some history this year. So keep an eye on this battle for second and third. Now, when you drove that late model, did you feel more comfortable on the inside or going upstairs a little bit?
I feel a little more comfortable on the inside.
On the inside, yep.
I felt a lot more comfortable today than my first time out. I was able to brake a little later and be a little more comfortable rolling onto the throttle. So that improved my lap times by like 0.3.
Well, a driver that has been able to control the throttle pretty well and will be pretty happy now. He's got back to second place. It is Bert Stevens. Bert in that modified body on that modified Super Toyota. I tell you what, I'm not sure how much that is helping that car. That might be helping that car a lot. Kenny Shepard's getting up there like the old days when he was in a stock car, trying to demonstrate to us. I wish we had that on camera right then. But yep, Ryan Reynolds, the Rocket Ryan Reynolds, leads him down the back, and Zachary Cook comes back out on the racetrack. Kenny Shepard.
I think actually, as we were talking about earlier, Bert's car is really fast, that 40 car. I wonder how much on entry that's putting a lot of aerodynamic pressure on the left rear of that MST with that car. Like a big wing or a spoiler on like a dirt car where it's got a big sideboard on it on entry, it's probably helping a little bit.
Yeah, it's certainly got some pace going on, and this is kind of the fastest we've seen Dirtbird Stevens for a while. So that may be just a little aerodynamic. Maybe he'll be wanting to adjust the bodywork on that.
I'll bet you another thing that our leader, Reynolds, doesn't want to see is a yellow flag right now.
Yep.
You get yellow flag as fast as that 40 car is, this might get real busy up for the lead.
Yeah, and Dave Lando Sr. hanging tough in there in third. Like we said, Lando Sr. and the 40 have had a little history together a couple of times this year, so Dave would love to run down that number 40. But this is a good battle for second, third, and fourth on the racetrack, with the current points leader in second as Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. He is just, well, he's just gapped him. He's gone.
It looks like the 24 car is getting some pressure from the 10 car. I think we might see a pass from the 10 car soon, but I think the 40 might be able to catch up to the 33 if there is a caution. But right now, the second, third, and fourth are putting on a great battle.
Yeah, and right then the 40 got loose. Normally when he gets loose like that, it's a lot more dramatic, but it corrected itself. So Kenny Shepard might be onto something with his bodywork, with the way Bert was able to correct that car. And he might have broke something, because he has come to a halt down the back section, slowed up in the 40 car, and Dave Lander Sr. now moves to second, Sean Reynolds to third. And tough break. Looks like Bert has had a mechanical failure, Kenny Shepard.
Yeah, definitely something coming off of turn 4, failed on the car.
Yeah, right now Ryan Reynolds has a huge lead, but the interesting thing will be, can his brother Sean get by the veteran? He's a Madera guy too. He's the parts manager down at Steve Chevrolet down in Chowchilla. That's Dave Lander Sr. So Dave continues on his way in second. I'm not sure that's not the way he wanted to get the better of Bert Stevens with Bert on the infield. I know he would love to have raced Bert. Maybe something in the rear end of Bert's car broke, where we saw Patrick Geiger climb onto the back wheel of Bert Stevens' car. Anytime that happens, you've got to be thinking maybe you weakened an axle or something in that car. You guys would know from go-karting, right? When someone climbs over the back, usually you end up bending an axle, or you end up with a bearing going out or something.
Yeah, I've bent a few axles.
Yep. Yeah, so same with these cars. They don't, even though they're a lot stronger, they're a lot heavier, so they like the go-karts. They don't like cars climbing over the rear axles of these cars. Seemingly up front, Ryan Reynolds is able to do it easy. Kind of surprised brother Sean hasn't gobbled up that 24 car. We're at lap 23 now, and I believe it's a 30-lap race tonight for our modified Super Toyotas. Say one of the oldest divisions that we have racing here at Madera Speedway. They've been racing these cars for many, many years, along with the Toyota sedans. This is a division that has been a Madera favorite a lot of guys have raced their way through the Toyota sedans and the MSTs to break into the late models. So this is also another way of feeding drivers into the late model series. Coming off turn 4, Sean Reynolds trying to close the gap, catching that wily old veteran Dave Lander. That may be one thing, passing Dave Lander. As you know in the go-karts, you try and set someone up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get up to the back of them, but actually getting around them, that's a whole different story altogether.
Yeah. Getting to the bumper of someone is easy, but trying to make a pass is a lot harder. Because I saw the 10 car getting up to the bumper of the 24, but it looks like he stalled out a little bit, and he's not able to make that pass yet.
Yeah, and now for Dave Lander, as you know with the go-karts, if you feel them bumping the back of you, they're right there. So you're going to try and work out where they are or have a peek over your shoulder with 2 laps remaining. You're going to have a peek over your shoulder a little bit and see where they're at. So if you know they're going to swing around the outside, you can try to drift up a little bit, break their momentum. And this is what Dave Lander's doing here. The white flag is out. Half a lap left to go for Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. He'll take the win, but who will get second? This is going to be a great battle between Dave Lander Sr. and Sean Reynolds. Lander Sr. maybe in a sandwich as Sean Reynolds got loose out of turn 4. That's all it took for Dave Lander to get second. Sean Reynolds third. Then you go back to Dennis Brannon. Patrick Geiger, the cars that did not make it to the end, were the 40 of Dirtbird Stevens and the 18 of Zachary Cook. And
they're ready to roll. We're going to throw it down to them now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, victory lane for Ryan Reynolds. Congratulations, buddy. Great job. So I got to ask, how was the car actually running from the beginning to the end there?
The car was set up a little tight in the beginning, but we set it up that way so it'd come on stronger as the race went on, and it worked out perfectly. The car came on stronger as the race went on, so plan worked as we went, or as we planned.
So win number 4, how's it feel right now?
Pretty amazing. I'm pretty stoked. Tied my brother with win number 4 this year with him, so happy on that. Unfortunately, I had contact in turn 3 over there. I don't know what happened, but bummer to see that. But I just got to thank King Coventry for building an awesome engine. I had engine problems last week. I lost a clutch, and Villains Collectibles, Leap, KMA, Product 41, everybody that helps out it's awesome with all the help.
Congratulations, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Reynolds coming home with the win, number 4. All right, second place tonight, Dave Lander. Congratulations, buddy. Heck of a race. The MSTs always put on a great show, and you guys did not fall any short this evening. Towards the end, Sean Reynolds was getting closer and closer. We were just discussing, what was your spotter actually saying?
Well, Jared was spotting for me, and he kept telling me, he's there, gaining on you, clear by 1, clear by half, still your spot. I knew he was right there. I was just trying to get to the end of the straightaway and get to the bottom, Hopefully he didn't get up underneath me, but Sean's always fun to race with. Ryan, most everybody out here, everybody. We have a good time. We like to put on a good show for you guys. It's a lot of fun out here. It really is.
Anybody special you want to thank tonight?
Well, obviously Steve Chevrolet and Pearl Sheet Metal, George's Auto Supply. They always seem to help me out a lot. And, of course, my crew, Jared, Mark, my son DJ, everybody that does everything. Sean and Ryan as well. All of us work together, helping one another, fixing one another's cars and stuff. So thanks to everybody. It's really fun to be out here.
Dave Lander, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Lander coming home second tonight at Madera. All right, we're down here with Sean Reynolds. Sean Reynolds, congratulations. Third place tonight. Tell us what happened, because you were going actually really fast. What happened over here?
Well, going into turn 3, I believe something in the steering box broke. I hit the brakes and the car just wanted to go straight, and unfortunately I hit Dennis and took him out. But after that, I kind of
we're missing
dealt
about
with it.
3 people.
Cars started getting
have
better.
Up here.
Well, you started to
Spotting,
get
everything else
closer and closer with Lander. You guys were battling it out back and forth. Last lap, coming out of turn 4, it looked like you did something from the Fast and Furious.
Here.
Yeah, I kind of went up high and tried to dive underneath it, and the car got a little loose on me, but I was hoping to get him, but didn't quite pay off.
Anybody special you want to thank out there tonight?
I'd like to thank Villains Collectibles in Oakhurst, Daryl Herzog Roofing, and Madera Science Center for their great graphics.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Reynolds coming home third tonight. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Reynolds, third place at Madera. Back up to you, Kenny.
It is. Let's take a look at the lineup from the back of the pack. Let's go with it, race fans. The driver of the number 5 now resides in Bakersfield. He is the 2017 Madera Speedway Toyota Sedan Champion. It is Mike Marley. The driver of the 14 car, 2016 Madera Speedway Toyota Sedan Champion in that Fortney towing entry, She is the current points leader, Jalan Holden. The driver of the setting of the stage, number 23, shooting for 2 wins in a row. Last race, he was super, super fast. The driver of the 23, Jason Lawton. Driver back behind the 56 car, the Fortney towing entry from Fresno. It's good to have him back, too. What a great driver he is. That is Kyle Fortney. The driver of the number 9, one of our rookie contenders, it is Carl Labrie. One of our big improvers in our Toyota sedan division, the driver of the 42 entry, Manny Gonzalez Jr. And I tell you what, this driver, he's got shenanigans on the side, and that kind of suits him right down to the ground. The driver of the number 13, Mr. Spooky Spooky himself, it is J.J. Branston. That's the lineup for tonight's Toyota sedan main event. And the key will be Kenny Shepard for J.J. Branston to find the right gear in that car, get going. And if you can run up front, you know, he'll be pretty fast if you can run up front. We've seen him a couple of races, you know, run for 10 or 15 laps up front.
Well, and I think the biggest thing here, the advice I would give JJ would be, you know, get a good start, hit your marks, and don't look back. Just ignore it. Try and act like it's qualifying over and over and over, and let them do what they do behind you. Even if they get on your back bumper, inside, outside, just completely ignore them.
Yeah, just run your line and let them find a way either underneath you or around the outside of you. Josh, tonight, the starter tonight is always on our local nights. So if you're watching us on YouTube, a big welcome. A big welcome along to everybody at Madera Speedway, too. I'd like to quickly thank some of our sponsors while we get a chance. DJ Safety, you'll see all our safety crew in their new DJ Safety uniforms. We want to thank them. I want to thank 805 Beer, that great beer from Paso Robles by Firestone and Walker. So we'll certainly have an icy cold 805 at the end of the night. 51.50 energy drink. The energy drink with no crash. We hope our drivers tonight have no crash. And supporters of our Junior Late Model Series, supporters of our Madera Speedway show on MAV TV every Thursday night. So thank 5150. Nut Up Industries, those chopped nuts available at the concession stand. Save Mart, Food Max, Lucky, and Costless Food Stores in Hanford and Modesto and Ceres area. Nut Up Industries is a big supporter of our program here at Madera and our TV show. Races underway, and already Kyle Fortney is going 3 wide. We've got Jason Lawton on the inside, Manny Gonzalez Jr., Kyle Fortney on the outside, and Mr. Spooky Spooky leads him down into turn 3. Will he lead lap 1 in the books? Yes, he will. Mr. Spooky leads.
Yeah, right now he needs to get smooth, open that entry up on the high side. This is his last chance to hold that 56 back. Rolling down here, he's got to get as wide as he can with that green 13 car, but he did not do it, and he's getting attacked by another car from behind. Watch Kyle Fortney's line as he comes down the front straightaway. He'll hold it way out to the wall, then he'll roll in. Look at the speed he gets in the rotation. That car's pointing clear past the exit off of turn 2. Here comes the 23 car of Jason Lawton, rolls by that car of JJ. So I don't know. I think the 9 car was a pretty good dark horse pick. I guess I can't change my pick right now, but looks very good right now.
Well, you know the 9 car, Kyle Labrie, interesting. He's in that rookie battle. I think he'll probably end up winning the Rookie of the Year championship. Just see how it shakes out at the end of the year. But Kyle Labrie has been doing a fabulous job behind the wheel at number 9, but he's got a super fast driver who last race, it says setting the stage on the that car. He was setting the stage, setting the pace, burning this place down with the pace he had last race, getting that win to the Shepherd.
Well, I think the 23 car Jason Lawton you were talking about has cleared the 9 car for sure, doesn't have to look back, and he's going to set sail looking forward. And Jalan Holden, that is rare for her to hit the infield.
Current points leader, Jalan Holden, has hit the infield. Not sure what that's all about. Crew bringing her down. And
it looks like the hood's coming up.
The hood's coming up.
That's a tough one for one of our toughest competitors, but don't look now. But that 23 car, Jason Lawton, has closed the gap by half up to Kyle Fortney.
Yes, he has. Like I said, fastest in practice day, fastest in qualifying, super fast. Clearly the fastest car on the racetrack last race, and he is closing down he's a very, very good friend. Now, these guys are super good friends, so you'll expect Jason only to pass that 56 car when he considers it will be a clean pass. I don't think you'll see him
Well,
bump him up.
let me jump in and interject something. You know, they're super good friends, as you say. But the Reif brothers are super brothers, too.
Yeah.
And they push and shove. So they'll play nice now if Jason can roll by him. But I'll bet if that white flag's out there in that position, you might see a few donuts even with the two good friends.
Yep. And back in the pack, you've got J.J. Branston has his hands almost full now with the 5 of Mike Marley. So
Well,
Branston
look at that's
needs
a
to get
good
move
battle
on.
in the back, but the best battle on the track is up front. And Kyle Fortney is really fast on the high side of the track. And so that's making Jason Lawton work for it just a little bit. Watch this run. The 56 gets on the outside. If he can roll clear up to his door, prevent Lawton from coming up the track and getting that big wide entry, he holds him down once again. Now the big challenge for the 56, you've got to keep all the way to the flag stand. Don't let him come up. Now the tires, the right side tires will heat up a little bit more on that 23 car of Lawton's if he cannot use the whole racetrack. So for Kyle Fortney, his whole race right now is give it everything you've got. You've got to stay on the outside of the 23. Once the 23 clears, you can use the whole racetrack. It's game over.
Again, very, very good through the turns 3 and 4. Kyle Fortney, like you say, the entry into 1 is where he's losing
It's
a little
trouble
ground
right now. He cleared him. That's
Yep.
big trouble right now.
Yes, that is big trouble. Jason Lawton out and
Definitely the best race on the track, though. Here comes Fortney back. The lead battle, 23 and 56. Best battle on the track still. JJ at the back with the 42 of Manny. He's fallen all the way through the field.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think we better get that was almost close. That was close
I
contact.
think
but
JJ didn't have a 5150 today.
yeah,
He
or
just
missed
amp
his
up a little.
Cheerios, his Wheaties, or something there. Oh, watch the bumper. He just turned him around. Wow.
Yep, JJ Brands.
Wreck down in turn 4. We've got the 42 of Gonzalez around, and that was off of the front bumper of the 13 of JJ. Maybe you can hear us up here.
Yeah. Frustrated JJ Branson. That's all I can say.
How
Very,
about
very frustrated.
for Gonzalez? JJ drops through the field and made a nice pass on JJ. Here's the bad part. JJ, for turning him around, will probably, I would guess, go to the rear. So JJ will be right behind the 42 car. So when all of that began, nothing changed.
No, nothing did change. So, still, this is the way it'll be. JJ to the back.
All the way to the rear right now. And here we've got Zachary Ginn in here. We're going to let him jump in while I'm working on a little Facebook issue we're having. So we're going to give Andy a new co-announcer for a few minutes here.
That'd be kind of cool. We'll get him in here. Put the headset on him. Okay. You can pretend to be Stephen Blakeslee or Kenny Shepard, okay? So I know you've watched a bit of TV. You've watched. Okay, so who do you want to be? Do you want to be like Stephen Blakeslee or do you want to be like Kenny Shepard?
Kenny Shepard.
You want to be like Kenny Shepard, okay? Oh, you're going to upset my buddy Stephen. All right, so you've watched a lot of MAV TV. You've seen how we get it done on MAV TV. So we're going to throw you in the hot seat, no pressure. Up front, the 23 is Jason Lawton, who won the last race, Zachary. And the 56, Kyle Fortney, and they're really good friends too. So I don't think we'll see too much bashing, crashing between these two guys. But they're putting on a good race up front, and then back further is the 9 is a rookie. That's Kyle LeBreton, rookie like you. And the 5, Mike Marley, is last year's champion. Then you have the 42, Manny Gonzalez Jr., and Mr. Spooky, J.J. Branson. You know J.J. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you see going on up front there, Zachary?
Okay, so I see, what was his name? Jason?
Jason Lawton, yeah.
Okay, I see Jason Lawton and his best friend, Fortney. I see them taking a battle for first place. It looks like Jason's going to pull ahead in first place. Behind them in the number 5, we got...
That's Mike Marley.
We got Mike
champion.
Marley.
He's from Bakersfield now. And Kyle LeBrie is the rookie. The guy in the 9's the rookie. So that's a good battle between last year's champion and this year's rookie.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Looks like the number 5 is going to take that position coming across the line.
Okay, so the rookie's going to keep going. You know, as rookies do, they're going to learn from the master in front of him. Like I said, Mike was last year's champion, so Kyle's shooting to be this year's rookie. So we continue on our way, and what's going on up front, Zachary? I can't see because the monitor's in my way.
Looks like Jason Lawton's going to take the lead away from 56 of Fortney.
Yeah, but
gonna,
Kyle's holding with him. Kyle Fortney's holding with Jason, so Jason's not pulling away by a bunch.
Yeah, true. Looks like they're going to go down the back stretch and into turn 3, gaining a few car lengths on Jason. Jason's going to pull away a little bit more and coming off turn 4, gain a little bit less and going into turn 1.
So here's what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing that Kyle is really good in 3 and 4, yet I'm seeing Jason is good in 1 and 2. Would you say that's true?
I say that's true. Yeah.
Yep. And the rookie still fighting out with the champion. So that's a kind of a cool deal going on. So third place is no way settled in this race. This might come down to a bit of a bump and run on the last lap. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a bump and run. Old short track moves right there, bump and run. So we'll see what the rookie does against the champion.
Yep, last year's champ, Mike Marley in third. So Jason's not running away with this. That time a little loose getting out of 4. Jason ran right up against the wall. Mike has his hands full with Kyle LaBrie. So like we said, this battle for third is not settled, and a good race going by Manny Gonzalez Jr., Manny back in 5th, and J.J. Branson at the back. So laps continue to wind down in this event. This I think it's a 30-lap event tonight for our Toyota sedans. Next up will be our MST main event. Did you have a lot of fun out there today in your late model?
Yes, I did. I had lots of fun. Starting on the pole was a little bit weird for me, but I got used to it. Later in the race, about 2 laps in, I lost it to Kayla Eshelman and kind of just followed behind her until about lap 15, lap 20, and then she started to pull a front stretch on me, and I just didn't have enough to keep up.
That's good. You're learning every race. You're learning. Now look at this. I talk about learning. The rookie's learning down here and learning faster way to get by that number 5. That battle still continues on the raceway as Jason Lawton has. What would you say? That's about a 6-car lead over Kyle Fortney up front there. Kyle's dropped back a little.
Yeah, I'd say that's about a 6-car lead right there.
Oh, and the battle down here, Kyle got right to the rear of that number 5. And the white flag is due any time here, I believe. So what do you think, the last lap, or do you reckon it'll happen before the last lap for the bump and run?
I think it happened about last lap for the bump and run. Looks like the number 9's trying to get by the champion. Number 5's going to go across the line first. So we'll see if that bump and run happens.
Oh, it looks like Marley got loose on the high line and Kyle just slipped through. Meanwhile, Jason Lawton takes the win from Kyle Fortney. And who's going to get third down here?
It's the rookie, number 9.
Kyle LaBrie gets third, and then Mike Marley, followed by
J.J. Bradstein.
Yeah, Manny Gonzalez and J.J. Branson.
Yeah.
Good job, Zachary Ginn, behind the microphone. Hey, good job, buddy. Well, I'm going to leave you up here. I'm going to go down to Victory Lane, and you can throw to me in Victory Lane. How's that?
Okay.
We'll have Kenny Shepard do that when we're ready.
How much on the Bando where it's a real stiff front suspension compared to the stock car? Does the suspension, the feel in the seat, does that feel a lot different?
Oh, yeah, it feels different because in the Junior, you're sitting on the left side and you can't see the right side fender. And it has good suspension. And then on the Bando, on the other hand, you got no suspension in the front end. And then you got the seat dead center in the middle, and it's just bouncing like heck in the corner and on the straightaways.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of good experience in those Bandoleros. A lot of the top drivers come out of those Bandoleros here that compete very well on our MAV TV program. Looks like Outback Andy and Zach are about ready to go with Jason Lawton down there. Let's see. I see Jason on the monitors up here. We now see Outback Andy, and looks like you guys are ready to go. Let's send it down to Outback Andy. Hang on, Andy. Can you say that, Zach? Let's send it down to Outback Andy.
Let's send it down to Outback Andy.
Wow. Well, thank you, Zachary, again. I tell you what, how about a race dance to Zachary again behind the microphone up there? Hey, first time, doing a great job, too. He might be getting a new announcer here shortly. Tonight's Toyota Sedan race, it's won by the guy who won the last race. And we said last time, setting the stage, setting the pace, setting this track on fire, Jason Lawton. Back-to-back wins, how good for you?
Yeah, it's always good to come out here and run good. That's always the biggest thing. So if we come out here and put on a strong performance and the whole entire class put on a great performance, that's what we're looking for in the end of this.
Yeah, and of course tonight you got to run wheel by wheel for a whole bunch of laps with your good buddy Kyle Fortney.
Yeah, it was kind of a struggle to get him back out here, but he ended up spotting for me last weekend, so he ended up kind of getting the itch again. So he's like, hey, let's do this. So it's good to have him back. I'm glad he's behind me instead of in front of me, but hey, if it was the other way around, I'd be happy too.
Yeah, great day of racing between you guys. How about tonight for the winner? Jason Lawton gets back-to-back wins at Madera Speedway in our Toyota Sedans. Second place tonight. Long time since we've seen this guy down in Victory Lane, but it's so good to have you just back racing in this division. Jason said, Kyle spotted for me last race, got the bug and came back out. But how cool, all day long you guys got to run side by side. Main event tonight, you guys got to run a bunch of laps side by side with your good buddy. That must have been a bunch of fun out there.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Like he said, the last race I spotted, and I just noticed the group of drivers that are in this class right now. It's a spectacular class, a bunch of great people. So, I got my car together and brought it back out here to have some fun.
Hopefully, we'll see you a bunch more races for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'll see what we can do. I got my little one now. She takes a lot of my time, but she's about old enough where she can come out and enjoy it. So hopefully, we'll be back some more.
Cool. Kyle Fortney, second place. Strong second place tonight. And good to have him back behind the wheel of a Toyota Sedan. Good points tonight for our leading rookie contender, the driver of the number 9, Carl Labrie. These guys are super fast. But I tell you what, every time out, you're really impressive. You are getting closer and closer all the time to these, if you include Jalan Holden at these fast 3 cars. So good points tonight for you in the rookie title as well.
Yeah, 23 and 56 were on a league of their own tonight. Had a great battle with Mike Marley. It was a lot of fun. Came down to the wire. It was a lot of fun. I wish Holden was out ready to race, and I wish Greg was out here to give us a rookie race. But overall, it was a great night, and I'd like to thank Tim and Galen for allowing me the ride again.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I say, good points tonight in the rookie championship. Also in the main championship, too, tonight. You picked up a bunch of points tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Third place definitely helps out with that. Moving up the ranks, trying to get into third, make a good point series night, and move along the last 3 races of the year.
How about it, Kyle Labrie? Hopefully we'll see him pick one of these wins off in the last 3 races. Third tonight, Kyle Labrie. Second goes to Kyle Fortney in the win. Again, back-to-back wins to Jason Lawton, back to Kenny Shepard, and Zachary again, if Zachary's still up there in the nut-up booth.
Thanks, Outback Andy. My favorite number was always number 9, and it kind of had the shape of that number 9 Toyota sedan, so I'm just a little bit fond of that car. I've got another young driver with me. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell the crowd what your name is.
I'm Jay Juleson, and I recently started late model racing.
Started late model racing, but what's very interesting, tell the fans where you come from.
I came from go-kart racing.
And
simulator racing, iRacing.
iRacing. That's and it's amazing how fast you've only been out twice in the late model now. How fast you've been out here in the late model each time you've been out
regularly. So it's kind of a really good feel-good story. Steve Schimmel, nice guy too.
No doubt. In series like these, I talked to Kenny Wallace a couple weeks back. Series like these, he says, some of the best drivers that you will ever find are going to be in a hobby stock back east in some country town. But here we go, green flag.
Yes, green flag, and Steve Schimmel got the jump, but I do believe the yellows came on. Okay, so Dylan, explain to our fans the starting procedure, because you know what the starting procedure is down there in turn 4. Where do we have to be lined up and so forth?
So the 2 cones right there, right there.
Yep, so you need to be between those 2 cones is where you need to be side by side through the cones, and then the leader sets the pace. So they set the line, and the green flag comes out, so you can go anywhere from there. But leading early in this race and very, very loose, chasing it upstairs is Ho-Ho Howard Holden. Of course, Howard, one of the veterans of Madera Speedway, raced a whole bunch of different cars here. But he knows his way around here in a hobby stock, no doubt about that.
No doubt. He's rolling the high side real well. He's got a little snug right there in the center, but can't count out that 7 car. Old Richard Herzog, veteran, man.
Yeah,
Guy's got a lot of laps here.
Fast time, and Steve's staying down low, so Steve's trying to find a way past Howard Holden on the inside. And Steve knows that 7 car is coming, so Steve's objective would be to try and keep that 7 car behind him, and hopefully Howard pushes up enough that Steve can run that low line, although that time Howard got a good run out of turn number 2. So Howard's going to drive this thing, as you know. Howard will drive this car all over the racetrack, make this thing about 10 cars wide.
Yep. Oh,
with
yeah.
Steve Schimmelhorn.
And as long as he gets that thing rotated and pointed towards the fence, nobody's going to catch him down the straightaway, because you can obviously see he has a lot more motor than the 2 cars behind him.
Yep.
You may not be able to tell from the 7 car because he's got a car in front of him, but as long as he gets it pointed towards the fence and he's in the throttle, he's gone.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Richard Herzog. Richard normally have been running some enduro stuff. They put a more later model looking body, more like a late model body on Richard's car. And he's out there doing a good job in that 7 car.
No doubt.
It's good to have a driver like Richard Herzog. Richard, of course, Brian's dad, and Steve Schimmelhorn.
Oh.
Steve, I tell you what, Steve got super loose there.
Yes.
That's the
Yes,
enduro
he did.
racing experience.
Yep.
You know, that's what you see in the pumpkin smash that we got coming up in a few short weeks' time. You know, where they get all sideways like that out of the turn, and you're wheeling it, and you're trying to hang on to it. You're not trying to pendulum. And, you know, Steve did a great job. I think that enduro experience really cut into it, where he was able to save that 4 car.
The thing about Steve's car is his car is a little bit better through the center than Herzog. You see right there, he rolls a little bit better, and then it takes the 7 car a second to get back to him. The only way he can get to him is right there when he gets to the center.
Well,
but Steve's already in the throttle.
Now what they got to hope is that Ho-Ho Howard Holden burns the tires off that 41 car. Steve's doing a good job in that 4 car trying to hold out the veteran Richard Herzog. Like I said, it's really cool to have a Herzog back, and especially now Richard's got this car the same color and they're way up the racetrack. Like Steve's really making the track wide for Richard Herzog.
Yeah.
Richard might have to, again, Steve got out of the turn, put the power down, and started to break loose with that car coming out of turn 2 there, Dylan.
He's going to try this crossover under move these next couple laps, and I think he's almost got him. That was a bit of a blocking move.
Yeah, Steve looked in his rearview mirror, seen him coming, thought, I better scramble down and get back downstairs.
Yeah, he's like, not happening. Meanwhile, you got the 41 of Howard Holden. He's on a Sunday drive. He's just like, he's enjoying what he sees behind him, man. Spotter's telling him, track is yours, man. Just let it ride.
Yeah, Steve, you know, he comes to the track, has a minimal crew, pretty much turns up with his girlfriend and the dog, and they just kind of put it together and run. But, you know, the thing with the Herzog car, I can see really glowing red brakes as yellow comes out because Ivan Scosa has spun around.
And this is where it gets interesting.
Dylan Tucker, we asked you your prediction of what you would do if you were Howard Holden, and we all thought that Howard would want to run up high because he's been good up there and pinch Steve Schimmelhorn down. And you predicted that he would do that, and Howard's completely flip-flopped around.
Well, that and you can drive the car in so much harder when you have the outside. Now he might have a car going on the inside, but we'll see what happens.
There, pace building out of 4. Here we go to the line. Howard gets a little bit of a jump on Steve Schimmelhorn. And the question now with the speedy dry.
He gone.
Yeah, he's gone, and Scosa is taking it up wheel to wheel with the veteran Richard Herzog. I tell you what, Steve Schimmelhorn is not going to give up as we're at lap number 14 at half race distance, and Howard has gone up the track. Here comes Steve Schimmelhorn now. Wow. Howard slipped up a little there. You have to be careful, Dylan Tucker, not so much tonight because there's probably not as many marbles up there, but on a really, really long night when we have those big late model races, there's a lot of what we call the marbles, the bits of rubber up there.
Yes.
You run up there, it's like running on just marbles, and it'll slip you up in the fence real fast.
Yep, and if you miss it by half a car length, things can get really bad for you.
Oh, look at Steve Schimmelhorn. Gets to the side.
Something's wrong with the 41.
Yeah. Wow.
Something's
Steve
not
Schimmelhorn
right.
now. Howard's gone off. Maybe that tire cycling, Dylan Tucker.
Keep an eye on the 7 car.
Tires? Yep. Richard Herzog now to the outside of Steve Schimmelhorn. Schimmelhorn runs him way up the racetrack.
He's not giving
Steve
him
knows.
much. Yeah, he's not giving him much room.
Steve, you know, like I said, he got that first win, but you see Steve Schimmelhorn all the time. I'd love to see this guy, eventually try and make his way to late models, because I think Steve Schimmelhorn would be a really good late model racer.
Yes,
doing a good job behind that 4 car.
No doubt. And right when he gets right there, when he gets to the center, is where he breaks that extra space to clear the 7 car.
Yeah,
but the 7 car gets him going in, right?
Yeah.
Well, here, the last couple laps, he was able to get to his door.
As Dylan Tucker analyzes what is going on the racetrack, and you're doing a fine job of it. And, something has gone wrong with Howard. 5 to go, they tell us, 5 to go. This is going to be 5 fast and furious laps at Madera Speedway. Less than 2 miles to go. Steve Schimmelhorn, he's driving up high, he's driving down low, he's blocking. And I tell you what.
I think the 7 car's got something up his sleeve. I think he's going to try something here.
Yes, he might try something. Richard Herzog, the very experienced Richard Herzog, draws up alongside him. Schimmelhorn pushing him up the racetrack.
Gave him a little more room.
Steve knows that it's game over. If Herzog gets to the inside, Herzog could get by. He's just making Herzog work. Now, Dylan Tucker, the 2 laps left to go. You know, when
Side
you run
by
around
side.
the outside, it's a long way around, side by side, correct.
You can
What do you
gain
see
that
going
speed,
on?
though. That's where you make most of your passes, especially at nighttime. You gain that speed, you get up around the outside of him, and you just launch down the straightaway.
Yeah, and launching down the straightaway they are doing. Richard Herzog now gets to the lead as they come out of turn number 4. White flag time, and Richard Herzog is the race leader. They'll drive it down into turn 1 and 2. Dylan Tucker out of turn number 2. It's all you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. What a race.
What a race. Richard Herzog left it right to the last minute. Looks like Ivan Scosa will be 3rd. Howard Holden will be 4th. So JJ just debriefing down there with Richard Herzog. Once I get the okay, I will throw it down there, trackside, but we'll see what's happening. There's framing up. You see Zach, one of our cameramen down there, doing a great job down there in Victory Lane. Down to JJ in Victory Lane with Richard Herzog.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down here, Victory Lane. Richard Herzog, congratulations, buddy. First time back in a long time, come home in Victory Lane, 72 years young. How's the car actually doing, and how does it feel to be back out here?
I think the car's doing a lot better than I am, but we're getting real close. First time out, so there's more in it. I've got to kind of relearn about it, a lot of things that I've kind of forgot.
Anybody special you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, just about everybody. I'd like to thank TJ Hatz for all the work he's did on the car. My son Brian, Austin, Steve has helped, Robert, John, and all the girls that come out and do the food and stuff on the inside, and the fans, and this one's for Donnie.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Richard Herzog coming home with the win.
Whoa, interesting comments down there from Richard Herzog, and good to see the 72-year-old young Richard Herzog back in Victory Lane.
That's history right there, because you got the outlaw Austin Herzog down there, Brian Herzog, his dad, and then Brian's dad, Richard Herzog, all down there in one little spot in the winner's circle. That's pretty cool right there.
And it's been a little bit of a lean time for the Herzogs getting to Victory Lane, so it's kind of cool for that family to have grandpa in Victory Lane. That's very, very cool. Just waiting for JJ to get framed up down there with our good buddy Steve down there. And, yeah, he's pretty happy putting on a good show tonight, Steve Schimmelhorn. Wait for Zach to give us the okay, and we'll get ready to go down to victory lane. Down with second place, Steve Schimmelhorn, and our good buddy down there, Mr. Spooky, JJ Branston.
Thanks, Outback. I'm down here with Steve Schermerhorn coming home with second place. He's getting some water. It's got to be hot. So the red flag comes out. What were you thinking when that red actually happened?
It actually gave a chance for the engine to cool down and the tires. You can't get these tires hot. If you do, they get very slick, and you're dancing all over the place.
Well, every race so far this season, you've been somewhere in victory lane area. How does it feel this evening when you're actually going side by side with Richard Herzog?
He's a legend. He's 72 years old, and he just whooped my 42-year-old butt. So it was a hell of a race, and I look forward to many more like that.
Congratulations, Steve. Steve Schermerhorn, ladies and gentlemen, second place tonight at Madera Speedway.
Yeah, what a cool story that is down there, JJ. I tell you what, good job down there, Steve Schimmelhorn. I know he can hear us down there. You know, like he said, he hadn't won anything and picked up this car. Now he's staring down the barrel of a championship, and that's a pretty cool story. Like, as I say, Dylan Tucker, the guy where he came from to be suddenly staring down the barrel of a championship, that is just the ultimate feel-good story in racing. So we get ready to go down trackside once again. You know, I can believe you're going to join us too, Dylan Tucker, for the late model race. So it'll be good to have you on board.
Oh, yeah.
You can get your perspective of what's happening with late models as Zach, JJ, and Ivan Scosa down there get ready for the victory lane. Good to see Ivan Scosa back too. Down trackside with third place Ivan Scosa and JJ Branston.
Thanks, Outback. I'm down here with Ivan Scorzer. Congratulations, buddy. Third place tonight. So what happened with the actual car that actually brought out that red?
I think the car was just going away. It started tires getting hot or something. Just came around. So and they said I was leaking oil. We checked it. And it was all fine. So came back out and at least we finished.
Exactly. Anybody special you want to thank tonight?
Just my wife, my crew chief, Corey, Jim Myers, Scorcher Farms, HPG in the house.
Congratulations, buddy. Third place tonight. Ivan Scorzer out here at Madera Speedway. Back up to you, Outback Andy and Kenny Shepard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spooky down there, JJ Branson. Great job in victory lane, JJ.
Thank you, Kenny Shepard, down here with Zachary again. Zachary, you come from the Bandoleros. I saw you last race out here running the Bandolero and, of course, this 30 car. This is all new to you, the junior late models, and tonight you got to pace behind Kayla. So I guess you learned some lines to run from Kayla tonight?
Yeah, I definitely did learn some lines from her, so yeah.
What's the plan for the rest of the year? Run the rest of the junior races for the rest of the year in the 30 car?
The plan for the rest of the year is to run both cars. At the end of the year, we're just going to go back to the junior. So.
And how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years of age and running a full-size late model. Hey, great job by you tonight. I'm sure you learned a lot, and thanks to Kayla, too, for showing you the way around here tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, how about it for Zachary again tonight, 12-year-old racer, one of our brand-new junior late model racers, doing a great job, and I'm sure next season we're going to see him right up the front of the field challenging for the lead.
So, yeah, I just kind of believe that we're going to go into this round number 8 in a couple of weeks, and Austin has to have a very, very good round 8, because the guy that's chasing him, you can never, ever, it doesn't matter what race it's going to be, count out that car that is first out the gate tonight, and that would be Matt Erickson. You can never, ever count him out.
Never.
That's why I always preach that more importantly than the 10,000 win final round, I actually preach that second last round is the most important round of the series.
Right. You have to be so prepared for those races because the guys that come in, they're so good at coming into that race. You know, first race they've run all year at Madera, and they could still come and dial their cars in 2 or 3 days and just be bad fast. And it's like, man, you know, we got to be on our stuff if we want to run with these guys.
We kind of know the drivers that are coming, and then every now and again it'll throw a curveball, and someone that we didn't even count on coming turns up as well, and they just turn up here
Right.
being blazing
Exactly.
fast.
And you notice over the last year or two, the series gets more competitive each year, more competitive each year. Last year, you would have never thought we'd have 17 cars lined up right here for our weekly series, and now it's happening because everybody's trying to get ready for these big races and be fast, just because the competition is twice as hard, maybe even 3 times as tough, you know, to run even in the top 10 right now in the MAV TV series.
You know, I just got up here. I'm sorry, but why aren't you out there tonight?
We're making a lot of changes on my car right now, and we want to make sure we do everything right, exactly right. That way, when we come to the next weekly show, I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When we come to that one, we want to be bad fast for that one and be prepared for the next TV race that's coming up, and then right. We want to be so prepared for the 10,000 race that we make sure that we did, you know, everything we possibly could and got everything we possibly can out of the car. So.
Yeah, we're going to go with the lineup for tonight's 40-lap main event for our late models. Let's start way down the back. The driver of the number 1. This is the Crown Homes Herzog Roofing entry from Clovis. Driving the number 1, Tyler Herzog. We go to the number 14 entry. Good to have him back in that number 14 entry. That is Aaron Mullins. We drive to the 55, that awesome chrome number 55 from Madera. It is Kent Cam. How about this guy in the Turlock feed, number 16 entry is from Manteca. That driver returning racing after a huge accident damaged that car. That is David Llewellyn. The driver of the number 43, La Comissaria, the market La Comissaria, and Mayada Chevrolet. We saw his car in the last race in second place. Driving the 43, Eloy Bazan. The driver of the number 75 in his rookie season, this is Matt Kuntz. The driver of the number 17, and cool to have this guy back. Let's hope they fix the gremlins under the hood of the number 17. It is Will Martin. The driver of the number 28 from Clovis in the 28 entry, and it's cool to have this guy back too. We haven't seen a lot of him this year. That is Trevor Schlunt. The lone young lady in the field tonight in that 09. She's from Southern California. The driver of the 09. She's got a whole fan base too. It is Kayla Escherman. The driver from Madera in the Pearl Sheet Metal, number 26. They call him the stuntman. It's Dell McIntosh. The driver of the 96. I tell you what, this guy, he picked up this car from the Burks team, and since he was running super competitive, 4th fastest tonight. The driver of the 96, it's Papa Lauren Kuntz. We drive down to another driver from Manteca in the Wayne Construction. Number 2, a former junior driver from our 5150 Energy Drink Series. That is, I tell you what, Jarrett Gilmer. And Jarrett's great to have him back here in that number 2 car. We move on to the 45 car. It's playing on the right-hand side. Here's our current points leader in the Madera Late Model Championship. Racing for Waterford Irrigation. Car runs on Corbin Cash Sweet Potato Vodka. That is Atwater's Racing Jason Aguirre. The driver in the 42 from Lake Don Pedro. He is the most winningest driver in late models at Madera Speedway with his longtime sponsor, MJ Gilbert Construction. Eshelman Motorsports, it's Matt Erickson. That is your lineup for tonight's 40-lap main event. JJ Branson in the booth with me, and late model star Dylan Tucker joining us. Dylan, time for you to get up on the wheel. We're going to,
it's fun. It's fun. I'm digging
cool.
this.
We're
It's kind of like
we're going to get you up on the wheel, buddy.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon and all them guys up there, just like NASCAR, NBC. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's just going to be like getting out of turn 2. Loose out of turn 2. Let it all hang out, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You can get
Pedal
just
to the
up
metal.
Here, be fancy free up here, and it'll come, no problems.
Pedal to the metal.
I haven't been up here all day, so I got a lot I got to say.
Right.
Real quick, welcome up here.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you out back in. I finally get to work.
Yeah. First time we worked on TV, I think. Yeah.
Right. For me, my personal choice, if I wasn't a driver right now. Okay. Right. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Well, you cannot count out the two cars in the front right now. The 42 and the 45. They are bad fast. They're like, even when the big guys come to town, they're still up front, and they're fighting to beat those guys. They're fighting to beat those guys. So it's so tough because I think Aguirre and Erickson have been so even in the weekly series so far this year. So it's tough. I will always probably go with Matt just because I've done so many laps with Matt, and he's such a talented driver. How often do you ever see his car wrecked?
Very true. Knock on wood there.
No, well, yeah, he never wrecks his car. He takes care of his stuff, and he knows how to drive. He knows how to handle a race car.
Yeah, they are crossing them up, ready to go. So this is going to be a little different for Dylan and especially for JJ. JJ and I are normally looking out of the window, but during this one we're focused. So JJ's getting how we do it on the real TV for MAV TV, and that is not looking out the window of our booth. We'll be looking straight to our monitor tonight.
I prefer this because I can see better.
Right.
I'm getting older. I just turned 40, so
Oh, happy birthday. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
So,
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
where
lights are out.
this is where you pull the belts tight and you're like, all right, it's nice and relaxed, ready to go.
what's going through your head right now if you're in a car and the lights are out?
Smooth. Just be smooth. But here we go.
Coming to the line right in that cones zone, and it's side by side. That is textbook late model starting from Matt Erickson and Jason Aguirre. They race down the back. Matt gets about a third of a car lead on racing Jason. Jason Aguirre goes upstairs. Lap number 1, we'll give it to Matt Erickson.
And it looks like Aguirre is still going to stay on that high side.
Right.
Aguirre's been really, really strong on the high side these last couple races, so that's where he wants to be.
Because you can see when he gets right about there, you can roll the car in so much further and get right to his door, and then right now he's going to have that hard launch off the corner, and right now he's going to gain a little bit more each lap. See right there, he gets a little bit more, and the harder you drive the car in on the top when you have a car on the inside, the slower he's going to go. You have that upper hand.
Yep.
Right now, Jason Aguirre has the upper hand.
Okay, so we got these cars side by side going down to turn 3. For our fans out there, Dylan Tucker, which car is kind of using his stuff up a lot more? Would it be Matt being pinched down on the low line,
Definitely
using more
Matt.
of his car up?
Definitely Matt Erickson. So my thing is I would get behind him right now, and I would run out about 10 laps and see if I could stay right on his tail instead of running my stuff up right now on the bottom.
How about that power move?
Oh, yeah.
Jason Aguirre drives around the outside of Matt Erickson.
Yep.
Now out of turn 2, you get that big leap off the top of the turn.
See now Matt's going to go to the top, and he's going to follow Jason. He's going to see if his car can run with him on the top.
That's different in Matt because the past couple seasons, Matt was the guy that you had to try and be on the outside. Matt
Yep.
was really racing on the outside.
When he had that previous car, we used to call the outside line at this racetrack, whatever race it was, the Matt Erickson line. But I tell you what, Matt with the new car, he kind of runs it down low, he runs it up high.
You know what I noticed? Look at the 2 car. The 2 car is not very far off.
Yep.
Battle with Trevor Schlund.
Yeah, it's a good battle between Papa Kuntz and Trevor Schlund on the screen right now. And look right behind him, the stuntman, Del McIntosh. You have about 7 or 8 cars here, and even Eli Bazan. Eli Bazan is right on the back of Tyler Herzog in this battle. This is a really good battle from guys we don't often see.
No, we don't. It's good to have Trevor back out here. It's been a while. Look at Gary Gilbert. He's everybody. Now we're going side by side with Bill Martin and the stuntman, Del McIntosh.
Oh, Del McIntosh got sparks coming from the back of the 26.
That doesn't look good.
Dylan Tucker says it doesn't look good. And Del slowed up now.
Looks like a flat tire maybe.
Yeah.
Flat right front, no? Something broke. Yeah, something broke.
Something broke in the rear end of that car for sure. Tough break for the stuntman, Del McIntosh. had a really tough season this year.
Yeah,
Del
what a shame.
McIntosh.
Okay, look at Matt. Look at Matt. Now he's gonna go to the inside a couple times. He's gonna show him the nose. Hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, we're right on screen here now.
And now we know
See
that
him.
now we know that Matt is just as fast, if not faster, than Aguirre. He just has to get that upper hand.
Bubba Kuntz on screen here. Lauren Kuntz is holding out Trevor Slunt. You know, this is the car he picked up from Jesse Burks. It was Jesse's junior car. Bubba Kuntz has done a really good job since he took over this car from Jesse Burks. And right behind him is Trevor Slunt. That's a good battle between the veteran and a driver that's been racing here at Madera a long, long time. Still up front, side by side. Jason Aguirre on the outside, Matt Erickson.
So Matt's
is Matt playing with him, or what's going on down here?
Matt's car is now coming to him. His car is getting faster. He's going to be able by, I would say, lap 25.
They touch. Both cars touch. A great save.
Oh wow, something broke. Oh wait, looked like something broke on his car for a second.
Both cars drifting on the racetrack.
I really missed it. I did not see what happened.
Yeah, no, they just got together, and wow. I tell you what, two lesser drivers, Dylan Tucker, we would have had them into that inside wall with a massive crash. There we go. Matt's trying to run him down again as we come up to a lap car, and that will be Kent Cam that is in front of this freight train of very fast cars. Here we go. We got Jason Aguirre to the inside of Kent Cam.
Matt's
Here comes
get a
Matt
run.
Erickson now. Matt coming back.
So Matt's car is better on the bottom. You've seen that right there. His car. Yes. So this is where he's going to get him right here.
Yeah, they get down the turn. Matt
take
gets
his
the
line
inside.
away.
And Jason Aguirre fighting hard on the outside. Aguirre fighting hard on the outside. They are side by side going down the back section. Now, Dylan Tucker, what would you do right now if you were Jason
Well, right now
Aguirre?
we got a caution, so I wouldn't do much. But if I'm Matt Erickson and I know my car is faster, if just as fast, if not faster, and I do get on the bottom and I get stuck there, I would try to relax the car a little bit. I wouldn't try to fight it so hard, just because of the fact that I know my car is faster.
Yeah, some damage on the front of this 75 car from Matt Kuntz. Looks like Matt got into someone. That's a shame because Matt's leading in the rookie championship, I believe. He's one of our rookie contenders, so he is out. That is not good. That opens the door here with Eli Bazan, I believe, as one of our rookies. We'll take a look at the leaderboard right now as we've got a moment while we're under yellow. It's scoring it as Jason Aguirre is the race leader from Matt Erickson. Then you go back to Jarrett Gilmer, the young star coming from juniors. Interesting enough, Kayla Escherman has worked her way to fourth. Two juniors, third and fourth on the racetrack. Lauren Kuntz in fifth, Trevor Schlant, Tyler Herzog, Will Martin, David Llewellyn, Eloy Bazan. Matt Kuntz, who's seemingly on the infield right now and out of the race. Unfortunately, then you got Kent Cam. We don't see Hank Goldsworth Jr. out there. Hank, fortunately, going out of this race early. Del McIntosh is on the infield as well. So some great racing going on as Dylan Tucker has a good look. Now, the best times we look at Matt has run a 3.82, 15.382. Jason Aguirre has run a 15.355. So
the times are very, very,
very close. Yeah, very close.
Very close.
It's about 27 1,000ths of a second, which is almost nothing there.
Which makes for a very good race.
Now Texas restart, and Matt Erickson gets to choose where he would like to start. Chooses the outside, and I think that's messed up the number 2 of Jarrett Gilmer, because Gilmer was probably expecting that he would set the pace on the inside. Not so. Matt Erickson got to set the pace because he was in second place. And Kayla Escherman now. Kayla's moved up to third, right behind her teammate. So
and Herzog is on the move.
Coming from the back. Yep.
He started way in the back, and now he's all the way up to fourth.
So now you see him running down here, and Jason Aguirre still leads. We're at halfway distance, 20 laps down, 20 to go. in this late model race. Dylan Tucker joining me from the 88 late model car, and good to have you in the booth. And good to see you analyzing this.
It looks like Matt is having trouble getting out of the corner. If you watch, his car shoves a little bit right there in the center, and then you watch his wheels turn to the right. It looks like he might be struggling a little bit with forward bite.
Yeah, it seems to be good going in where Jason's not as good going in, but like you say, Jason's car, a lot more forward bite getting off the turn.
Like we said, you can never count Matt out. He knows exactly what he's doing at all times. He knows exactly when he's going to plan to move Jason, because I know he's going to do it if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, the most winningest driver in the history of late models at Madera Speedway. And I tell you what, there's great racing going on all over the racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, we can only bring you one of the battles, but there are battles all over the racetrack.
That's Madera Speedway for you, Andy.
Yep. I'm going to give a big shout out down the back here. How about David Llewellyn in that 16L car? David's running the outside of Bubba Coons down here. This is probably the best run we've seen from David Llewellyn.
Yeah, he's on the move.
Yeah, David Llewellyn back there in, I would say, about 6th or 7th spot, fighting it out with Bubba Coons. Right in front of them is, of course, Jarrett Gilmer in that number 2 car. Yeah, this is definitely the best we've seen of David Llewellyn. Good to see Madera regular Bubba Coons there running side by side with Llewellyn. That's some great late model racing. You know, when you're back in the back like this, sometimes it can get frustrating, but frustrating up front will be for Jason Aguirre. Kind of gets that break a little bit on Matt, and then, like you say, don't count Matt out. Matt comes thundering back on the inside.
Right. The only problem is Matt can get to his inside, but Aguirre already has that run off the corner, so it's really hard to pass on the bottom at nighttime. Like right here, he gets in front of him, but Aguirre's going to slingshot right past him when he gets on the top.
Really loving it tonight, working with you, and you're giving the fans a perspective of being a late model racer at this track too. So you know how the track races, you know the lines you have to be on this tri-bank race game.
So I think what Matt's going to try to do here is if he gets far enough on the inside, he's going to do right there. He's going to move his line up a little bit, try to take away Jason's line.
10 laps to go from Josh.
Try to take away his momentum.
3 mile of racing left to go.
Yes.
And that is 38 turns left to go. We'll make it 36 after this turn. They are side by side, rubbing wheels. They got caught together once. It could have turned out nasty.
It's not if, it's when they're gonna one of each other is gonna move one of them. Somebody's gonna move somebody.
Yep.
And I believe it's going to be Matt. I think Matt's going to feed him a little, not too much, a little bit of door just to get past him because he knows he's faster.
Well, this local series, too, we try and keep this down to
And now he's got him.
Yep.
Now he's got him. It looks
Matt's
like
got
Jason's car is starting to tighten up a little bit.
Yep, sure is. And
now he's clear.
Matt drives on through, so now Jason will have to try and see if he can muster something up. Can he mount that challenge? Maybe, 6 to 7 laps. Brakes are glowing red on Jason Aguirre's car. Maybe go, for a few laps, see if you can stay behind Matt and just mount that challenge on that last lap or something. Kayla Eshelman there. Kayla's got a good, strong third going tonight.
She's definitely improving, no doubt.
She's improving all the time. The young star from the junior ranks.
Yep. That is actually Matt's old car
that is
I
right.
used to
That's
race
the car
last
that he
year.
won a lot of races in. You're exactly right. Matt Erickson has won a lot of races in that car.
Yep.
We're down to 4 laps to go now for Matt Erickson. And then Matt's kind of pulled out now, a big lead. But look at this battle. This is Tyler Herzog on screen now, the number 1 car. Tyler doing a good job aboard the 1 car. And how about this battle, too? This is the battle between Jarrett Gilmer and Papa Coons. Papa Coons now about to take it up to Jarrett Gilmer. And I believe that is the battle for 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Dylan Tucker, you see this battle. Tyler Herzog is pulled away from that battle. So Tyler in a solid 4th position is Matt Erickson. Look at the distance Matt has
We got white flag.
Your white flag, that's
4
right.
more corners for Matt Erickson.
4 core corners. He's going to beat Jason Aguirre tonight because you're not going to see Matt make a mistake on this last lap. Bring
nice
him home,
and
Dylan
easy.
Tucker.
Nice and easy.
Matt Erickson gets the win from Jason Aguirre, Kayla Escherman. Then you go back to Tyler Herzog, Jared Gilmer, the 96 Papa Coons, David Llewellyn, Trevor Schlund. Then you go back to Aaron Mullins, 17 of Will Martin, the 26 of Del McIntosh, and the 43 of Eloy Bazaar.
We still on? Well, Dylan Tucker, what'd you think of that main event? A little different perspective up here, but kind of interesting seeing what we do. Pretty darn competitive, these club races. Really tune up a lot. You've run a lot of them. What was your thoughts about that race?
I think Matt did a really good job of staying patient. He knew, Jason got by him there for a second, and Jason ran in front of him for a couple laps, and Matt slowly started to catch him, and Matt dealt with the situation knowing, okay, my car's faster. I just got to choose the right time when to pull the trigger and make the pass.
Don't wear it out on the bottom side of the racetrack. Looks like Zach's moving in. All the race fans that are here, make sure check out racemadera.com. We've got the Harvest Classic coming up. Truck pulls Friday night, tractor pulls Saturday night. Stock car show just like this on Friday night with truck pulls, plus a big open wheel show on Saturday night to complement those big multi-engine fire-breathing tractors. Okay, we're going to go down. All right, they're ready to roll. We got it. Down to Outback Andy.
Well, thank you very much, Kenny Shepard and Dylan Tucker doing a great job on the microphone tonight. How about that late model race tonight? 40 laps side by side, Jason Aguirre and Matt Erickson for a number of laps tonight. Exciting action, and what a way to get the victory on a number of fronts for Matt Erickson. First of all, Matt, a great drive by you tonight in this 42 car.
Yeah, we experimented a little bit with some things, and we think we found something for the next race. Car still needs a little bit of improvement, but with the help of the sponsors, Fluidine, Stop Tech, Air Bodies, Nake Suspension, Swiss Springs, and all of them, I think we'll be even faster when we come back on the 22nd.
Well, I tell you what, great sportsmanship. I know racing Jason Aguirre, you did not get the win tonight. You are the current points leader in this Madera Truck Championship for the late models. That was a lot of fun out there. I see you had a big smile. For some guy that got beat, got second, you were really smiling at that race with Matt. And one time you guys kind of got together, just a racing deal, completely racing deal. But hey, great job by you tonight. Another good points night for you in this championship battle.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Me and Matt, we've raced together quite a bit, and tonight he got us. I think last time here we beat him, but that was a good battle. That's all you can do is just come out here and fight for a win, and that hand-to-hand combat. I'd get a run off the corner before him and pull him down the straightaway, and then he kind of switched up his line there on the inside and made a good run at me. But, we've had a rough couple of weeks tearing up the car and whatnot. But I got to thank Waterford Irrigation, Corbin Cash, Vodka and Spirits, D&S Farms, Atwater Packing. Without these sponsors, we wouldn't be here. And we've been working around the clock with this car for the last couple of weeks. We've got a new engine in it. And unfortunately, last week we tore it up. So 7-day turnaround to come off the trailer and battle for a win is pretty satisfying.
About 3 more races before that big 10,000 win. I know you got your eye on that.
Yeah, we need to get some more speed out of this thing, though. I'm not real happy with it, but as long as you're racing for a win, that's all you can hope for.
Great job tonight, Jason Aguirre, a solid second place and a great points night in the Madera Championship. The driver from Fontana, California, and I know it's her aim someday to be in a cup car racing around Fontana Raceway. Kayla Eshelman, what a solid run from you tonight. You're a graduate from our junior late model series, also now running with the pro late models. Started 6th tonight, 3rd place. Of course, this car is the most winningest car that's out here. So, you got a reputation to live up to that. But I think tonight was one of the most solid races we've seen from you.
It definitely was one of the most solid races out here at Madera for us this weekend. Pretty excited we got to come out here this weekend and just tune up the car for the next races that are coming up pretty soon. Can't thank the team enough for all the hard work they put in and just keep me going and just everything that they do for this team. Car's pretty good this weekend. Little loose exit, but we still pushed through it, got up to 3rd, so can't thank the team enough for everything they've done.
Still some more races to go, and I know with a night like tonight, you must be getting more confidence to enter that 10,000 win, 150 laps around this Madera racetrack.
Definitely getting a little bit more confident with that for sure. I'm pretty excited just to see how we do. I mean, we definitely have the most winningest car here. I think we have a pretty fast car. So just all the hard work they put in is paying off, and I'm excited to see how we finish.
An excited 16-year-old Kayla Eshelman tonight gets third place in late models, second to Jason Aguirre, and the win going to the most winningest driver in the history of late models at Madera Speedway, Matt Erickson. We'll send it back up to the booth with Kenny Shepard and Dylan Tucker to round out the program. What a great night of racing at Madera.
Thank you, Outback Andy. Dylan Tucker, what a fun night. We love these club races, as we call them, and you touched on it earlier. It's amazing when you get a host of drivers in here tuning up, big drivers, big-name drivers are part of the TV show, brand new drivers, drivers in the middle trying to move forward. It's a pretty nice lineup on these club races and a great place to tune up.
Yeah, definitely. And anytime you can put the car in the top 3, it's always a good weekend going home. I know anytime whether us first, I mean, first is always the preferred. Anytime, like I said, anytime you're top 3, it's a good night for you, a good night for your team. It's good energy going into the next week, into the next race. And like you always tell me, when you don't wreck the car and you make ground on the car, you don't have to go back to the shop and work on go fast stuff. You don't have to go back to the shop and work on
get to the back track.
Yeah,
get back to the track stuff. You're working on go
switched
fast
it
stuff.
around.
There you go. But I know what you meant. What a nice podium finish for Kayla Eshelman. That's a big confidence booster. It's laps.
Yep.
Jason Aguirre, very, very fast race car. I mean, basically the 42 and 45, they're toe-to-toe, so they go back and tune up a little bit. Matt Erickson picks up another victory. Just a fun night at the Madera Speedway. What a schedule we've got coming up shortly. We've got Friday night, basically our last club race, big tune-up. I think that's an important night, Friday night, because the weather conditions will be much closer. Just 2 weeks away on that Friday night, so you guys will be able to tune up that night. I think that Friday night's going to be an important race while you guys lead into the last 2 MAV TV televised races.
Right, because if you can go into the next MAV TV race, if you can go into the next MAV TV race and be fast coming from that Friday race, you're going to be extra prepared for the 10,000 race. If you run good in that next TV race, the more prepared you are, the better.
And this is such ladies and gentlemen racing, we'll call it, since we've got a lady on the podium down there. These that Friday night show, another club race. That's an environment you can come in. It's basically a well-tuned track with a lot of rubber on it, better than any private testing you could possibly do because the conditions are so close. You don't really have to be fearful that there's damage to take. So the key from here, for a guy like you that's going to have a chance, especially in a 150-lap race where you're coming forward in the 10 to win, is probably that second to last MAV TV show, not taking damage that night.
Right. And these nights, it's usually we do 50 laps for the first half. This is like a mock run for that first half. This is like the time of day and everything that it's going to be for those televised races. It's going to be like a mock run. You run 40, 50 laps for that first half. And that way, you're going to have to make adjustments at the halfway break, and this is the time that you would do it. Now this is the time when you check your car, you check temps, you check stagger, you check all these things. You're like, okay, so the measurements came out as this, the car's doing this. Now we know what to do if this happens, and we know how to go at it. If the car's tight or loose or whatever it is, you kind of you're more prepared. You're more ready to go.
To that point, we're in the window of the time of year. We were very fortunate late August, early September. We've been very cool. So I think the conditions could be much like they would be at the short track shootout. So that data that you're talking about acquiring should apply to that weekend of racing. And home court advantage is a big advantage. There's, in laps here and knowing what the track will do. The top drivers, the champions, the cool thing about the short track shootout is when you get, 10, 11, 12 champions from all of their tracks, they're all looking in the mirror. All you guys are the best of the best. So, you guys having the database and the knowledge of what the track will do is a very, very big deal.
Very huge advantage.
We got somebody peeking in. Hold on. We got right there. He's peeking in the camera there.
Kyle Fortney.
Kyle Fortney.
Top 3 tonight.
Trying to get in there. Well, we appreciate you joining in.
It was fun.
A lot of fun having you up here tonight.
Great.
So for all of you race fans that, sorry we didn't get to post this live tonight, Fairgrounds, they've got a temporary cell tower that's absolutely throwing fits with our system up here. We had a hard time with it last week, obviously a hard time tonight, so we'll be back to business at the Harvest Classic after the fair's over. But next up for us is Fair, Harvest Classic I mentioned, truck pulls Friday night, tractor pulls Saturday night, stock car racing. with the trucks, open wheel racing with the tractors. And the following week, we've got the MAV TV race, round number 8, second to last. The week after that, we've got the SRL out here. Big
That is always a
super
good
late
show.
models, big flying cars, and then the short track shootout, the best of the business. And then a couple weeks after that is the fun pumpkin smash. And man, do we tear stuff up and have fun.
Yep.
And then that will conclude our season right down to the banquet. So again, thank you very much. Thank you, Outback Andy Foster and Doug and Zach and Quan and everybody that worked on this production tonight. We'll have it up Sunday for everyone to enjoy. So appreciate it very much. Race fans, tune into MAV TV every Thursday night. Check us out there, and we'll catch you next time here from the Madera Speedway.